Date Master checking in. Got an interesting question. A lot of fellas have been asking, do sex toys make it harder for men to please women? So if you're dealing with a lady and she has a sex toy, if she has a history, like I said, you gotta find what will make your women tick if you're gonna deal with them a certain way. So, or she may have introduced you to it, or you saw it, or whatever. You need to know, because from personal experience, I can say sex toys have played in had a impact on the previous on relationships, on the sexual chemistry. So it can be difficult at times, and I'll break it down. It's more of the science. When you look at it, depending on what it is, let's say, for instance, a vibrator. A vibrator sends out electrical pulses to where how a woman stimulates herself. It has a lot of nerve endings in that area. So, over time, you're using this vibrator, and women, the body is only going to adapt to the stimulus and to the pain or sensation. It's going to ultimately want more and more. That's why if you watch certain sites, you see the certain categories. It's levels to it. So it's the same with a woman and her orgasm. She's going to want a bigger, more explosive, more releasing orgasm, more releasing feeling. So if she's overdosing or overusing a sex toy, such as, let's say, a vibrator, it's possible that you won't be able to match the intensity. Everybody got different preferences, I'm sure. Some men don't go down on their girls. Some men, they don't believe it. If you red pill, you alpha, you say, you're really not gonna do that. Unless, like I said, you're dealing with a woman in some capacity a little stronger than the other women. If you're dealing with multiple, I don't feel that every man that walks the earth deals with multiple women. I think some men, they just like to play it cool, like to play it safe, and everybody got different pleasures. So if you're doing that and you dealt with a woman and you found yourself in a situation where it was difficult for her to obtain an orgasm, then that may be something you want to kind of probe for. Like I said, I was in a situation where, the lady, we was cool and, was having difficulty achieving an orgasm. And I said, you got sex or you got a vibrator? And I knew the answer. She was like, yeah. So I automatically, this back in my beta days, I said, what you got there for? Whoop de whoop. Now, this is a long distance relationship, might I add. So I can understand, again, long distance relationship, definitely a no-go. But this is when you beta, you don't know, you learn as you go. So I'm in this long distance relationship trying to, keep everything cool, not really knowing what's the truth. So I started to expand my sexual portfolio, if you will. So I started doing, things that I wasn't a fan of. If y'all can read between the lines. But and I said, let me see this vibrator, let me see it, and I cut it on. Like the power was so intense, and I'm like, there's no way you're using this. There's no way. Like, so, I experiment. You get to experimentation phase. I'm sure you guys may have experienced this. Your girl say, I got a toy, let's use it, and use it. She get a kick out of it. You may get a kick out of it from seeing her get a kick out of it, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'm looking at this, this experience. Okay, I like it. But now you got to think, because we've introduced such a toy to this experience, is this going to be a crutch? Am I going to need this every time we decide to get intimate to achieve the feeling that she wants to achieve? A lot of the times, this won't be a one and done. This will be multiple occasions. Not every night, every time, but it's going to be, something she wants to use frequently. So ultimately, the relationships where this, it may have been one or two, it's still cut off. Now, one could ask, was it just the nature of hypergamous women moving on as they usually would do? Of course, it's possible. But you can also attest that feeling of that vibrate. It'll get old after a while, and they'll sit it down. They'll retire it for a minute or whatever. Some women use theirs religiously. They have it. They have to use it every day, and most of those women are single. They don't. It's hard for them to have that feeling and bond with the man because, like I said, the electrical impulses that this frequency, this is vibrating super fast. So it's killing those nerve endings. So it makes her harder and harder and harder to obtain an orgasm. So, she's looking for you to offset that difficulty. And you doing what you're doing for 30 minutes, however long, and you wondering why this, she may not be obtaining an orgasm. That could be because she may be desensitized. This is something you can look up. But, people have different levels to what their sexual, you know, prowess is. Some people keep it base level. Some people, they go all out. They do everything under the sun. Ain't nothing off limits. Some people, you gotta get with somebody that speak your language. As you transition, that experience may, change. But, it is a possibility that sex toys can impact your relationship. You just need to know the nature and know your woman's body. If again you're dealing with somebody on a level that you feel you have a bond and a connection, you want to maintain that, you're gonna have to maintain the feeling that she gets. That's just how. That's usually if she, like I said, this is someone if you're trying to keep around, you're trying to keep in your rotation, you're gonna have to maintain that feeling, that thrill, that excitement, those that anxiety, those butterflies. She wants to feel all that. She want to feel it. So definitely something you guys want to look into if you're having issues with your girl or girl of choice, and you find out there's a sex toy in the equation, then you can take what I said and do what you please. But just know that there's a possibility that sex toys can interrupt certain chemistry with your girl because you don't want to have anything outside of each other to be a crutch. You don't want to have to. It's kind of like you guys having to take these pills and these gas station pills and all of that. You should be naturally inclined to be erect. You shouldn't need any additives and supplements. Keep get you some natural supplements. You can get you some pumpkin seed that increase your T levels. They got a lot of stuff out there, but like I said, you want it to be as natural as possible because anything that has that extra, you're gonna always need it. So it's a date mouse. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I get with y'all.